Yo, it's your boy P. Cam here to bring you yet another ridiculous feminist hating video on Kevin Samuels. Fair use, by the way, YouTube. Don't get to playing with me right now. But look, just watch the video and her facial expression just when his name is even mentioned.
That made me think about Kevin Samuels.
Why? Why do you think about Kevin Samuels?
In terms of what I think I wasn't subscribed, so for the record, I wasn't one of his.
I was going to say, you better put a disclaimer quick.
I'm not one of his followers. But when I do talk to people that have been in tune with his messaging, it does seem from the outside he was trying to, I guess, what's the word? Balance out the criticism, kind of even the playing field.
Is that what he was trying to do?
So as you can see, my man can't even get the question out of his mouth. She making all type of faces, looking at Is that what he was trying to do? Like, you ain't even heard what he's about to say. You ain't even heard the question he was about to pose. He could pose a question that would be in your favor. But you don't know that because you're so triggered by the sound of his name even that you can't even let the man speak. But anyway.
In hindsight of men who, let me put this right. Black men, we are raised in a matriarch society.
You're not raised in a matriarchal society, though. That's false.
I mean,
just because you're raised by a woman doesn't mean you're raised in a matriarchal society.
In our community, I was raised by a single mother.
In a patriarchal society.
Okay. But in my experience, this is my experience.
No, but I'm telling you, like, your experience doesn't change the society that we're in.
Okay.
Even though you were raised by a woman, she's raising you within a patriarchal framework.
Fair. Let me try to express.
Women aren't she wasn't raising you within a space where women are leaders that are revered and like that you should aspire. Like, that's not what we're in.
Really, we don't live in a society where women are leaders and are revered. You got your vice president is a woman of color. Matter of fact, as I should say right now, it's a lot of women in politics that are leading and doing things. Have we ever been a president? No, but y'all look up to a whole lot of women that are revered in the community that's doing other stuff. Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion. Should we be looking up to these women? No, but you're able to do whatever you want to do, twerk, say whatever you want to say, talk however you want to talk, as vulgar as you want to talk, and it's a lot of things going on with women leading that are being revered, whether they should be or not. What he was trying to say is that in the black community, in the household, we have a thing where women are the head of the house for the most part. Single moms, whether the man ran away or you pushed him away, one of the two, single moms usually be the ones that run the household. That's what he was trying to get at. She says in the framework of a patriarchy. All I'm saying is go across the country and tell me, go live somewhere go live in India, Yemen, Iraq, Pakistan, Nepal, Peru, Turkey, Sudan, Afghanistan. Live there for a year and then come back here and tell me if it's still a patriarchy. Y'all have a lot of freedoms here that we take for granted, that you can do a lot of things you want to do. You can say a lot of things you want to say, and you have the total freedom to do so. You twerking every 2 minutes, booty cheeks all out. Whether we agree with it or not, you're able to do it here with the freedom of whatever. You know what I'm saying? You can speak however you want to speak on Twitter. Do you know they will kill you some places for just speaking against a leader? For saying anything against a leader? You will die for that? But I'm going to just give you the definitions of a patriarchy and a matriarchy. Patriarchy, a system of society or government in which the father or eldest male is the head of the family and descendants traced through the male line. A system of society or government in which man holds the power and women are largely excluded from it. A system or community organized on patriarchal lines. Now, I'm just saying, I will give you the fact that in this society, there's still a lot of males that run it. There's still a lot of old white males that have control and over laws and things like that. But it's a lot more freedom here, I would say, more than you would find anywhere else. And most countries are trying to move to be like us. That's why people keep coming here, because of the freedom of it. But a matriarchy, a system of society or government ruled by a woman or women, a form of social organization in which descent and relationship are reckoned through the female line, the state of being an older, powerful woman in a family or group, which is what he was trying to get at. In a black family, this is the hierarchy of things. It's led by a woman in most cases. And even when you have a man in the house, it's still led by a woman because y'all so bossy and talking so much. You know what I'm saying? that you done turned into these boss women and boss chicks and all of this, that you still running stuff even when the male is there. You dig what I'm saying? Put a stepdaddy in the crib and have him say anything to your babies. Who gonna win that? Who gonna win that argument? The mother. You see what I'm saying? So in the framework of that, you're in a matriarchy. That's how we were raised.
I'm just laying up what I think these brothers are coming from.
Fair. Okay. Okay.
I'm not.
Okay.
And I think that
I despise them.
I think that those brothers who don't maybe have the strongest self-esteem or the strongest awareness of how to lead a woman in a healthy way, at times maybe felt pushed to the side, felt discredited because they didn't have a certain status. And I think with a guy like Kevin Samuels, they gravitated towards him because he was now holding women accountable more than we've ever really seen it. It wasn't delivered the best, but I can only from the outside look
completely
in.
false. That is, I'm gonna have to go completely against that.
Okay.
So just in case some of y'all are not familiar with Kevin Samuels' work, Kevin Samuels often held women accountable, and this is why she say it's totally false, because she on this feminine bull. But he held women accountable to be in reality. That's all he was trying to get women to think along the lines of. The video that he said where you're a 6 at best, that's what that woman was. She was an average woman who had a couple dollars, and she like, why I can't get this type of man? And he was telling her flat out, listen, he was trying to tell her in the nicest way possible for a long time until she just kept, but, okay, I'm going to tell you. You don't want to listen? I'm going to tell you, you're average at best. And the man with money, the men that you looking up at here, they don't care about the little $80,000, $100,000 you making. It's not going to matter to them. You got kids, you got babies, and this, that, and other. I got to deal with baby daddies. All of that is a demotion. It's something to not really be aspired to. And when he says that, women get so triggered and so mad because of the bad decisions that they have made along their lives. And listen, I'm not trying to hold y'all as the only ones that made bad decisions. Men got bad decisions too. We done had 2-3 kids by women out here too. And we fighting the same battle. But a bad decision is a bad decision, whether it's a man or a woman. But the thing is, men are more logical. Women are more emotional. So when we make bad decisions, we kind of know the repercussions of that. And we expect it. We live as such. We know you gotta have a certain amount of paper to date a certain type of woman. Women don't get that. They don't get that they been ran through, got this many babies, but they still think they supposed to date a man up here. But just a little refresher.
So why do you think people were listening?
I think people were listening to him because we're in a up society and he was confirmation bias for their uppery. That's why. The same reason that people are mad at me, because I'm affirming a truth that's inconvenient to their right. So they're like, that she's making me feel some type of way. I don't want to feel some type of way. And who the is she to make me feel some type of way? But the way you feel that I'm making you feel is because it's a truth that you know. But you have to deal with it, and you're not ready to deal with it. Because if you deal with it, it's going to bring up a whole bunch of other that you have to deal with. And you don't necessarily have the support system around you or the tools to be able to do so. And that is the fault of our whole social network, right? But this idea of holding women accountable, to me, it's a false equivalency.
So you notice when she frames it in a way that she's explaining or dropping game on people, right? They're mad at her because she giving us some type of truth that we don't want to deal with. What do you think I just described, Amanda? What do you think Kevin Samuels had been describing all this time? He's describing the same thing you're talking about. Women think that they're just supposed to just be able to do anything. You can twerk it up. You can have babies by everybody. And then a man that's a millionaire is supposed to come along and deal with you, your inability to control your children that you have. You're in the house with the kids. You can't tell the kids nothing. You can't say nothing to the kids. But you want my resources to take care of the kids. So I can't be a daddy in your house because you run it. But you want my money to support it all. And then you think I'm supposed to be okay with this. I got to deal with your baby daddies and this, that, and the other. I'm supposed to walk into this and be okay with it. And all I'm saying is that when she's dropping this jewel on us, oh, it's something we don't want to deal with. But when Kevin Samuels is giving it to y'all, it's ridiculous. It makes no sense. It makes her face frown up, as you saw before. Come on, man. Come on, man.
The reason why he came up is because you said that, and this is only me seeing clips, like highlights of his work.
Oh, I've seen a lot.
Okay. So you're probably more of an expert in this space than me. But it did seem like you were saying the thing of like women having these like crazy expectations that they don't necessarily apply to themselves. And it felt like he was trying to do the same thing from the clips I saw.
But the thing is that I'm basing that on value systems, integrity, right? Your ethics. He's basing that on materialism, on your outward appearance, and on status. So he was doing what I think is a very big disservice to folks, because he's aligning relationships on surface things versus grounding them in the depths of our spirit. And those surface things that he was, basing things on, ultimately end up being about greed and being about just things that don't carry you through when you really are dealing with life. Your looks, your money, your status.
And see, this is why I say men are logical, women are emotional. Because when he says what I just said and said, y'all pretty much saying the same thing, she tries to flip it and sound smart. This is a definition of when somebody be talking to sound smart, but it don't really be adding up. Y'all just explain the same thing he just explained to you, that you and Kevin are saying you're holding people accountable in the same way. But when my man pointed the mirror at you and said women don't normally want to take this, she like, oh, that's because he facing it on the surface level. It's about money and it's about greed. Or when I do it, it's about value, integrity, and ethics. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Listen, however you want to frame it, you trying to hold me accountable for my values and my integrity and my ethics because I don't want a woman that's been ran through, so I'm not ethical. I don't have any values. No, I just have good sense. If you want to tell me that I should accept a porn star just because women are sexually free these days, I should accept a porn star after she's been ran through, she got 3 kids. That's not a knock on my integrity or my ethics. That's just me having good sense. Like, why would I do that? Now, I'm not saying it's not a choice that can't be made. Maybe after I get to know her, if I fall in love with her or something like that, maybe she's worth it. I'm not saying to throw these people away. I'm just saying for many men, especially men of of stature, that just is not a good decision to make. And if you were a woman, this how you get women with this argument. Them sons that they value so much, ask her, would you set your son up with that? Would you tell your son to go marry that same porn star with 3 kids and bring it to the house for Thanksgiving? No, you would not. And that's not a knock on his ethics, his value, or his integrity. It's just, you would look at him like, son, do you know what you're getting into? Why would you do that? You know she got 3 kids, right? Come on, man. Y'all know, come on. But she goes on to talk about the low vibrations and the high vibrations and surface levels. A couple more minutes of some old bull that she trying to spray. And it's just, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. And women, y'all not buying it either. Because if you set your son up with that, you wouldn't. If you had the choice to who you would point your son in the direction of, and you had a good solid woman over here that was single, no kids, head on straight, got her a good job, you know what I'm saying? And your son fall in love with her, you'll be like, cool, Take her, son. And then you got a woman over here, 3 kids. She an ex-porn star. She's still hopping in and out doing OnlyFans. Her kids won't listen to her. You can't say nothing to her kid. All of this extra stuff going on. She older. You know what I'm saying? You would be like, son. So miss me with all that value and integrity stuff. It's just about a choice and about a standard. And the moment that women have standards, it's accepted. Lizzo can say all day that she want a man that's fit. If you look at her track record, she don't date no big dudes. But as soon as a man be like, Lizzo too big, I don't want to date her. Why you fat shaming and all of this? Come on, man, cut that out. Like y'all always want to flip it and act like just because a man want to have some standards about himself that we the villain. Y'all can miss me with all of this. Amanda Seals, you can miss me with this. It don't add up to me. But y'all tell me what y'all think. Put some in the comments. Get at your boy Pete Kemp. Shout out to Kevin Samuels too, man. I'm gonna keep playing your videos, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because they killing me out here with this, man. Get at your boy Pete Kemp. Let me know what you think.